and welcome. This is AMECO Hover English Service and you're watching our daily updates. I'm Gaila Damu. Stay tuned. Iran's ambassador to Ethiopia, Samad Ali Lakizadeh, said that the peace in Ethiopia will definitely benefit the region in every corner of the world, as the peace, security and development are globally interlinked together. Ababa Brahani reports.
In an exclusive interview with Ethiopian news agency, Ambassador Lakizadeh said the peace agreement is a wise decision which will benefit all Ethiopians, the region and all corners of the world, stating that the peace deal is in line with the principal African Union, African solution to African problems. He said that Iran will support this wise principle. The ambassador also said that his country is ready to take part and assist the reconstruction efforts in the war-torn areas.
This is in line with the principal foreign policy of the African Union, which is African solution for the African problems. Iran always support this wise principle, and in line with this principle also support the peace agreement among Ethiopians all. My government also expressed its readiness to, if there is a room and there is opportunity, to take part and to assist in the reconstruction of the country after this period of war.
Noting that the peace agreement is an important decision for Ethiopians, he said,
"This is an important decision, this is an important period for all Ethiopian, and of course I encourage in my capacity all Ethiopian to use this opportunity to make their country much more prosper and full of the joy and prosperity for all people and for the success of all Ethiopian as a whole."
Highlighting that Ethiopia is a multicultural country with diverse culture, religion and language among others, he said, as a federal country, diversity is a big asset for Ethiopia. The ambassador indicated that his country will provide support for the full implementation of this peace agreement. The ambassador pointed out that the peace deal is a step forward and has far-reaching implications to global peace and security, development as well as prosperity. He further said that
every country's security is linked with the others, with all with the region also. Then when there is a peace in Ethiopia, of course, this peace will also not only will benefit Ethiopia itself, but also for sure will be in the benefit of whole region, because the peace and security and development in the world is linked together and interlinked together. Then this peace agreement, of course, will also serve much more security and peace and prosperity and development, not only for Ethiopia but also for whole region, I mean Horn of Africa, and of course every step from every part, every corner of the world toward the peace, it is a step forward to a global peace and security.
According to the statement Government Communication Service issued recently, the government of Ethiopia is fully committed to implementing the peace agreement. It is to be recalled that the peace agreement signed between the Ethiopian Peace Talks delegation and TPLF in Pretoria, South Africa, has reiterated respect for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ethiopia and to upholding the constitution of the country. And inconsistent with the constitution, the agreement also reaffirmed that Ethiopia has only one national defense force.
Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, Regional Representative for East Africa, Marcel Akpovo, said that the reform works being carried out in the Ethiopian Federal Police will help the nation to ensure rule of law in a manner that respects human rights. Modomuliye tells us more.
The representative made the remark during his visit to the main department of the Federal Police, in which he commended the reform activities. He said during the occasion that the general procedures of the Ethiopian Federal Police, including crimes prevention and investigation, are supported by technology in respect of human rights based on the procedures that are expected from a police institution. He also witnessed the fact that in addition to developing data collection supported by technology with a view to safeguarding the public safety, the collected data will be presented as crucial evidence to the courts. On the other hand, he said the technology employed to properly supervise police officers that are deployed to execute missions will help to easily address problems that might encounter in the course of actions.
The idea that data being collected through this investment can help the justice system to better function, to adjudicate cases is something very, very interesting. The other thing that I felt very much impressed by is the possibility that it offers for the police to be able to provide oversight on the behavior of the police officers in situation of a crowd control, for example. And the technology that I have seen help a lot to deter abusive behavior of a police officer when they are deployed.
He said the need for the newly employed technologies protect the private rights of citizens, urging for the continuation of strengthened procedures that respect human rights. He underlined the procedures developed by the Ethiopian Federal Police are in line with the international provisions that a suspect is considered innocent until found guilty in a court of law and that his human rights are protected.
Due process is the fundamental component as far as we are concerned in every such process. What I have seen is very much in line with that. When we have a very specific room for interrogation of a suspect, which is monitored, it clearly creates oversight opportunity for the suspect to be confident and then to not to be put under any form of duress, subject to corruption or torture or whatsoever.
He added the procedures developed in the Department of Criminal Investigations, which are a crucial part of the justice system, are consistent with the police duties expected in this sector. He also expressed hope that if the reform works in the police institution continue, Ethiopia will become a center of excellence and an example at the African level.
From what I have seen today, from what we have actually been privileged to witness, it is really very encourageable, commendable investment and then decision investment that have been made in the police institution. And then if it continues, I'm sure that from now to a certain year, Ethiopia would be the #1 police institution in the continent. I have no doubt about that.
The representative has also affirmed that the High Commission for Human Rights will extend its support to strengthen the ongoing reforms.
Industry Minister Melaku Alabel said his ministry will strengthen coordination among relevant government bodies and stakeholders to create a better environment for the manufacturing sector. Brown Workana has the details.
The ministry organized Saturday a discussion with relevant government officers to assess the late Ethiopia Produce movement launched last Ethiopian budget year to support the manufacturing sector. Speaking on the occasion, the minister said the movement has registered results and among the achievements include addressing bottlenecks and infrastructure issues and bringing closed industries back to work. In this regard, some 179 closed industries have started production following the launching of the movement. It was learned the ministry has succeeded in substituting imports worth $2 billion during the budget year. The minister added, late Ethiopia Produce movement has motivated the manufacturing sector and investment was attracted to the sector. However, Melaku stressed, although the movement has helped solve several problems with a few measures, strengthening coordination between government actors is vital to address the remaining problems in the manufacturing sector. Due to underemployment of the manufacturing sector, its share of the GDP is limited and the number of jobs created last Ethiopian year was just 255,000. He underlined the need for increased coordinated approach with federal, regional and city administrations as well as relevant stakeholders. Melaku noted there are many attractive conditions in Ethiopia in the agriculture, tourism, mining and information technology sectors. In the one-day discussion, parliament representatives, federal, regional, states, and city administrations and stakeholders have taken part. The participants have expressed their readiness to coordinate efforts to address the issues in the manufacturing sector.
Planning and Development Minister Fitsum Asafa stressed the need for producing reliable and timely data on agriculture by using statistically sound methodology in order to carry out evidence-based policy decisions. Fkradi Zaudu has the details.
The minister made the remark at the event organized to commemorate the African Statistics Day in Addis Ababa. The theme of this year's African Statistics Day is strengthening data systems by modernizing the production and use of agricultural statistics, informing policies with a view to improving resilience in agriculture, nutrition, and food security in Africa. The theme calls to modernize data systems for the production, dissemination, and use of agricultural statistics. Fitsum said during the occasion that for a country like Ethiopia, where agriculture is the mainstay of the economy, a strengthening of data system on statistics in agricultural production, marketing, as well as establishing strong data system across the entire agricultural value chain is very crucial to ensure resilience, food security in the country, among others.
Without transforming the current subsistence rain-fed agriculture in Ethiopia, the issue of self-sufficiency and food security will remain a huge challenge for the country. To address structural challenges we have in the sector, the availability of high-quality statistics on agriculture plays indispensable role. Thus, producing reliable and timely data on agriculture through implementing a statistically sound methodology is very important, as it helps to make evidence-based policy decisions.
According to her, high-quality statistics on agriculture plays indispensable role in order to address the structural challenges the country faces in the sector. She further underlined the importance of strengthened data system if Ethiopia is to achieve the ambitious targets set out in the country's 10-year development plan, not only in agriculture but also in other productive sectors, including manufacturing and mining.
If Ethiopia is to achieve the ambitious targets set out in our 10-year development plan, a strengthened data system not only in agriculture but also in other productive sectors such as manufacturing and mining cannot be overlooked. Without building strong, modern, well-resourced and well-capacitated national statistical office capable of producing trusted and timely data, it's impossible to keep track of progress the country is making towards achieving the sustainable development goals, as well as the goals that we set in our 10-year development plan, Agenda 2063, other commitments that we have entered into regionally and as well as globally.
Africa's Center for Statistics Director Oliver Chingania pointed out that for the 2063 development agenda of the African continent to be successfully implemented, the use of large amount of statistical data is key.
There is therefore a need for a better understanding of these challenges, and this is why the Minister was insisting on better data. That there's need to understand these challenges and opportunities involved in achieving all the agriculture-related sustainable development goals, and their targets requires high-quality data and statistical analysis to inform decision-making and policy design.
He stressed the need for better understanding of these challenges and opportunities involved in achieving all the sustainable goals, as their targets require high-quality statistical data and analysis to inform decision-making and policy design. Central Statistical Service of Ethiopia Director General Bekir Shale said on his part that using statistical data is crucially important for the effective implementation of agricultural development activities in order to help ensure food self-sufficiency.
You're watching AMECO English service, and now let's proceed to News Beyond Borders. China Media Group Africa launched its annual media event focusing on cooperation with its African partners on Wednesday in Nairobi, Kenya. A selection of premium China Media Group productions was showcased at the event. The forum also saw the release of the first ever annual report on CGTN Africa news programs. Tanzanian senior officials said on Friday tuberculosis TB infections in the country have gone down from 306 patients out of 100,000 people in 2015 to 208 patients out of 100,000 people in 2021. Head of the Health Sector Resource Secretariat in the Ministry of Health, Catherine Joachim, said the reduction of infections of TB is about 32%. Joachim said a meeting that brought together medical experts to discuss the national program to control TB and leprosy held in Mwanza City that disease caused by TB declined from 55,000 annually to 25,800 annually during the period under review. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees on Friday urged the Zambian authorities to expedite the process of legal integration of former refugees from Angola and Rwanda whose refugee status has ceased. Brown Workana has the story.
The United Nations High Commission for Refugees has indicated that over 1 million refugees have been integrated to different parts of the world in the last 10 years. In Africa, Zambia stands out for integrating thousands of refugees from the sub-region who have opted to stay and rebuild their lives.
According to United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, Assistant High Commissioner for Protection, Kirina Trigas, the Zambian authorities should conclude the legal integration of the former refugees by recognizing their legal identity and enabling them to be self-reliant. She further urged the authorities to meet its pledges to advance the inclusion of refugees ahead of the next Global Refugee Forum to be held in December 2023. Some refugees who have been living in Zambia for as long as 30 years are now at risk of being stateless if the authorities fail to regularize the status of refugee children born in Zambia. She told reporters during a press briefing to wrap up her visit that children born in Zambia who have lived there all their lives, have gone to school in Zambia, speak Zambian language, sing the national anthem and embrace the traditions of Zambian culture as Zambians. The official, however, applauded Zambia over its exemplary hospitality toward refugees by making land available and ensure access to several national services, including education and healthcare. According to UNHCR figures, Zambia currently hosts 93,493 refugees and other people of concern in refugee settlements in urban areas.
This is AMECO Heber English service, and now let's take a look at the foreign exchange rate. That's all the news we have for today. I'm Gaila Damu. Thanks for watching and stay tuned with the rest of our programs.